Okay, we're going to wind this down by looking at the other sources of energy in the body. So just the carbs, but your fats and proteins also feed into the same pathways. Okay, so let's first look at fat metabolism. So your fats. Here, this is begin with triglycerides, the most common fat you have here. In fact, that's how you store your fat, as triglycerides. So your triglycerides are, attacked by lipases, enzyme, to form glycerol or monoglycerol, but glycerol eventually, to form glycerol and fatty acids. That's how lipases eventually break down your fats. Okay, and then the glycerol will be pushed into glycolysis as your phosphoglyceraldehyde. It just takes a few modifications there to turn that into 3-PKal. This is what you get after reaction 4. Okay, so this is reaction 4 of glycolysis. You have that there. So once it's there, then you can proceed. Reaction 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. For the fatty acids are usually used to make acetyl-CoA, and then that's pushed in to Krebs right away. By the way, this also goes to Krebs. This goes to glycolysis first, and then it makes it to Krebs as well. So both products of fat digestion can be pushed into the energy pathway to make ATP. That's how when you burn, that's how you lose weight, when you burn fat. Or if you starve yourself of carbs, then the body will use the fats instead to make ATP by pushing them into the pathway there. Now sometimes if you make too much acetyl-CoA and you can't get it in the Krebs cycle fast enough, it will leave out and accumulate in the blood and form what's called ketones, which will drop your pH. Sometimes it's called ketoacidosis, where the acetyl-CoA CoA will be converted into ketones by the liver because you don't need them to make energy. Okay. Now let's do the proteins. So protein metabolism is another one. So protein metabolism. So you begin with the proteins, of course. Digest them down by your various proteinases into amino acids. Okay. And then your amino acid will react with alpha ketoglutarate, that's from the Krebs cycle, react, and then that reaction will pull off the amino group. Okay, so you're going to form instead glutamic acid. And then what's left behind is called a keto acid. So the whole point of this reaction is to pull off, called deamination. Deaminate, remove the amino group from the amino acid, and now it's attached. So the amino group plus alpha ketoglutarate becomes glutamic acid. Then glutamic acid will go to the liver and drop off the amino group as ammonia. Now it's not in the liver, and then the alpha ketoglutarate can come back again and do it all over again. Meanwhile, the amino group that goes in the liver will be combined with carbon dioxide in the liver to form urea, because ammonia cannot be allowed to stay in the blood. It's very, very toxic. So quickly, the liver will convert ammonia into urea, which is this structure. That's urea, which will eventually be voided from the body through the urine. Meanwhile, the remaining part of the amino, remember the amino acid has a C to an R to a carboxyl part to an OH to the amino part, right? All we've done so far, the first step we've done is remove the amino group. That's what this just did. Remove it and turn it into urea. And then this part here is what we call the keto acid. And that can then be pushed into various spots in the pathway. Keto acids can be incorporated into Krebs, also into the acetyl-CoA part formation, as well as in glycolysis. So it can, depending on which amino acid it is, of course, because each amino acid has a different R group, so this will be different. So depending on which amino acid it is, it can be pushed into different spots along the pathway, either in the Krebs cycle directly, or in the prep step, or in glycolysis. But again, the idea is you can use fats, carbs, and proteins to make energy. Usually you use carbs first. That's your first source of energy substrate. But over time, if you starve yourself, you start to lose muscle mass. Because muscle protein will be broken down to make ATP because you need to stay alive. So you need energy. So you burn your fats and you burn your proteins eventually. Of course, if you have excess, say, protein, you can say an extra protein shake a day more than you need. That protein also can cross the pathway to form fat. All of your extra substrates of energy that you ingest or have available, they don't wait there as such. They actually get stored as fat. So drinking too much protein shake, eating too much meat, even though protein is lean, can still cause you to produce fat, because that's how we store our extra energy substrates. Okay, that's it.